Tempt is the ultimate graffiti artist.
He's put Los Angeles on the map.
He's always been next level.
He probably is the most versatile artist.
Tempt is an innovator.
Nobody compares with his style. He's one of the top 5 in the world. Him being laid up, I don't think about that.
When you get diagnosed with ALS, it's a traumatizing experience because you're told you have only so long to live and you will spend your time completely trapped inside a body that doesn't move anymore.
It's all about that one phone call that I almost did not pick up. Mick Eberling was on the other end.
I had to be involved with Tempt and just helping him. I had no idea how I was going to come through on what I committed to.
Our writing culture was born of making something from nothing. I laid in bed, exploding with ideas that branched out from that initial concept. That's when I knew I wasn't done yet.
We're building the Brainwriter as the follow-up to the iWriter for Tempt. You know, his condition has progressed and he needs another way to be able to draw and to communicate.
The only thing that he has that is intact is his ability to think. And you have to tap into that, into the best of their abilities and try to bring it out as best as you can. And that's all you can do is get to know them, find out what it is they need and find out what it is they have and match that with the technology that caters specifically to that ability and brings it out so that they have the ability to do what they love and enjoy the things that all the rest of us take for granted.
What I feel from Tempt is that his energy is waning. What I'm hoping to do with the Brainwriter is prop up that waning energy with technology. It's easier, it will allow you to communicate with less effort. And I feel that that is what he really needs, because my impression of Tempt is that he's willing to do anything to get his voice out there, to make his story heard, to help more people. And he's got such a powerful voice and such an amazing story to tell that if we can just use this technology to really prop him up and get his story out there, we've done a service.
So the Brainwriter is an open source assistive technology designed for people who can only communicate with their eyes. We're going to combine EEG, so brainwave reading, and eye tracking to help those people interact more efficiently. What's innovative about the Brainwriter is we have this insight from a person, and from that insight we now know what to solve for. If you want a snapshot of what the past 20 years of EEG research looks like, the past 20 years of trying to read the brain, you could look at something like this. So this is a $500 skull cap that will go over people's heads. You cover it with gel. This long cable will then plug into a $2,000 amplifier, and then that'll plug into a computer that is running $2,000 software. Contrast it with this. So this is the OpenBCI first generation headset. This is 100% customizable. You can place the sensors wherever you need it. So you have the expensive system that used to exist in the lab, and this is designed from the ground up, can do effectively the same thing, and $500 versus $3. If the Brainwriter was for profit, there wasn't open source, you couldn't affect as many people because it'd be more expensive, and ideally you'd have a team that would need to be working in a walled garden, not sharing what's going on. So the only way the Brainwriter is going to be useful is if it can get it to as many people as possible, and the only way that's going to do is if you can do it cheaply, and the cheapest way to do it is open source.
It wasn't like, how do we serve 50 people, and it wasn't just a technical exercise either. I think if it ever became just a technical exercise, then there's no real value in doing it anymore.
Every single person is different. For a general technology company that builds phones or laptops, they have a general audience that has roughly the same abilities. That's not the case for people who have gone through strokes or paralysis or ALS. Things are different, and each one is very different. And when we design something, it has to be one person at a time. And that might sound slow, but there's no other way. We cannot lump everyone into the same bucket. We cannot have a target audience. We cannot have profit margins. There are no profit margins. This is just straight one at a time. Help one person, help one person, help one person, help one person.